start it and cancel it and then start another one, it really plays havoc on YouTube.
Yeah, and you have to send me a whole new link probably.
Oh yeah, I'd probably have to send you a new link too. So in
Okay,
fact,
so
I've got to go clean up a mistake on YouTube. That is exactly how that happened.
cool. So I'm gonna fire up eBay Treasures and see if we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, looks like.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna fire up YouTube and see if we're on over there, which we should be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. We're starting a few minutes early because we got a couple of extra things to talk about, and we'll give everybody a minute or two extra to join us that wants to join
Mm-hmm.
to see what kind of trouble we are stirring up tonight.
All right. Here we are. We're
Where's
there.
our lives? Yep, there it goes. Looks like we're good on YouTube.
Yep. I see you on your channel and mine as well.
Okay, I'm gonna
Nice.
click off of mine. So, welcome everybody that might be tuning in this evening. We're a couple early, just giving everybody a minute or two to join if they want, as needed. This is Two Guys Reselling with Succeed with Chris Luna and myself, Jeff Beeman Online. And yeah, we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. We got some changes to talk about tonight. And one of those changes is we're going to try it within a 30-minute window, but tonight may go, yeah, we'll see. It'll either be a little less than 30 or a little over 30. We'll see how we do. So Chris got to go to a couple of estate sales this morning. You said those were appointment only.
Yes. Yes, that happens sometimes.
Was it a small house or a small building
Um,
or?
no, what happened is they have a lot of really valuable items in there. And if you, I've been to estate sales, and there's only like one or two facilitators there. And a lot of these houses are 2-story. And both the ones I went to today were both 2-story. And it's really hard when you've got like, 10 to 15 people running through the house. It's hard to protect the valuables. So sometimes when the collection is of a certain value, what they'll do is they'll say by appointment only, and they'll only allow 1 to 3 people in that particular appointment.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know. A lot of times the ones that we've been going to usually have multiple employees with them. 2 or 3 walking around to kind of keep an eye on stuff, answer questions. Then they got 1 or 2
Mm-hmm.
stationed for checkout, and then they may have one just kind of keeping an eye on those valuables, whether it be coins or jewelry or whatever, that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely understand the need. You've only got 1 or 2 people helping you, and you got stuff in there that you need to keep an eye on. Definitely, and I've never had one with the appointment. There's been 1 or 2 we've went to, or maybe they started out the morning only allowing so many people in at a time, but we usually get there late, and by then they're letting people just kind of roll through. But estate sales are so much fun, especially if you get to go to a house that's a big house or an older vintage house, or where it's just got
Mm-hmm.
an older feel to it, and the steps are creaky as you walk upstairs and things like that. Get to look around and somebody. It's kind of makes you feel that you're in somebody's house, or maybe the family feels weird that people are traipsing through their house, grabbing stuff to buy. But it is neat when you can get into some of the older buildings as well,
Mm-hmm.
older homes.
I've never been to an estate sale that had the family there.
If it was run by an estate company, the ones that you go to are always ran by a company.
Normally they are.
Yeah.
I've never been to one that was actually run by the family.
Yeah, I have. I have. We've been to several actually that the family decided to run it themselves, and so it kind of ends up being
Mm-hmm.
more of a feel like a garage sale actually. But we've been to a couple of them where the family was just doing it to get things going. But yeah, the company ran ones though. Yeah, usually the
Mhm.
family's not around. So,
It's funny you say that because I've been to several garage sales so far this summer. And when I say summer, I'm talking about, June 1st ish when it starts getting warm. I got to tell you, they had their garage door open and they had stuff all over their driveway and yard. And you're looking through it and they're like, oh, yeah, come on into the garage. We have more stuff in the garage. And then go through the house and follow the arrows. We have stuff all through the house. And in my mind, it was because the family was there and everything. It's a garage sale that where they use their entire property for.
yeah.
And the stuff in the house was insanely expensive. He had this one weird touch lamp. He wanted like $1,500 for it.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hmm.
Yeah. The prices for estate sales, it's hit and miss. Most of the time, they're pretty decent, but you're gonna find
Hmm.
those. And and as everybody in the eBay groups puts out there, you go into an estate sale and they got pictures printed off of eBay listed items sitting next to the item, and it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, okay, probably not gonna get very far with this one today. But that's kind of a red flag. Whoop, red flag, look out.
That is true. But if you see stuff at an estate sale that you really like and they're not budging on the price, normally the last day for an estate sale is either Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday,
Hmm.
depending. Some estate sales go from Thursday to Tuesday, which, I mean, you might as well make it 7 days a week if you're going to do that.
Yeah, right.
But, I
I've
mean,
never
and
seen
then
one go
some,
that long. Ours always shut off on Sunday.
yeah, it's different out here in Orange County. I also noticed the same thing in San Diego, too. And Washington State. They have some really long estate sales up in Washington State. It's kind of crazy. You walk in, they offer you coffee, a little cake. The house is like really old, and you could see like all the fixtures and everything are really old. It's amazing. You got this feeling of nostalgia, and
Hmm.
all their stuff is like antique. Everything's antique. I
Hmm.
remember I bought like 25 vintage Zippo lighters from that one sale. Oh, but
Nice.
I'm sorry, I did. What I wanted to tell you guys is that if you go to a sale and they have stuff you like, and it's a Saturday, it's early in the sale, make a list of what you like and what sale you're at. Jot that down, and then come back on the last day of the sale about an hour before they close. I guarantee you they will be much more open to your pricing suggestions. You might need to do a little haggling, and they might say, "Oh, look how much it's going for on eBay," and then you whip out your phone and you go to the same search, but you go to sold listings. The estate sale people never go to the sold listings. They only show you what people are asking for. Don't let them get away with that.
Yep.
They're always, "Oh, how'd you do that?"
Yep. Totally agree. Well, hey, we better
Mhm.
get on with our topic for tonight. It is a little after.
Holy crap, Jeff. Oh my God. I'm sorry, everyone. Jeff said, "Oh, are you back, Jeff? I see you
Am I
moving. Yep,
back?
you're back. Yeah, you're
Okay.
back. You got three green bars.
All right.
So
So I
just go for it."
apologize. I apologize for my internet. It is unstable. I may freeze up, disappear mid sentence or whatever. So just hang tough with us. Chris will try to keep us going. We are going to talk tonight a little bit. I brought this topic to Chris because our other partner Dave had actually mentioned this the other day. We just had a holiday, and this holiday is only what, like 3 years old now, Juneteenth,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh no, no, don't. It's not 3 years old. It's only been recognized, for the past few years.
okay,
But the holiday is as old as Abraham Lincoln.
okay.
So
So
let's
yeah,
clarify that, please.
yeah, and it has to do with celebrating the fact that the slaves were set free, which
Yes,
is
exactly.
great reason to have a little holiday there. So But yeah, but whenever you have these little 3-day federal holidays, it tends to mess with people's paychecks. Number one, for eBay sellers and or resellers, it messes with our shipping because now we can't get everything out on Monday morning or drop it off to the post office or whatever. I do know that UPS was running Monday, and I screwed up and didn't take a package in to get picked up by UPS because I thought they would be off also, but they weren't. They were running. But anyway, Dave, our other business partner, he still works full time, and his for the company he works for, his paycheck was going to be delayed a little bit this week, or I think it was this week, however it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was at my Monday night men's golf league, and I overheard a couple of guys talking about their paydays because they uh, weird pay schedule. They're supposed to get paid on Wednesdays, of course, with all the bank direct deposits. A lot of times you get paid quicker than
Mm-hmm.
the mailed to you or handed to you on Friday kind of thing. Your paychecks can show up a few days earlier, but with the federal holiday, it did delay some paychecks, and there was some. Dave, our business partner, wasn't too concerned about it. He was just mentioning that, oh yeah, here we go. I got to wait another day to see the paycheck come in. But these guys were worried about it a little bit to the fact that so many people live paycheck to paycheck, and
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, I'm still there to a point. I got to have my wife's income, from her teaching job to help support what we do. And I definitely have been in the week or every 2 week scenario. And so we thought we'd talk a little bit tonight about people that are looking at side hustles or reselling or thinking about getting things started or needing to scale up for that reason because the paycheck to paycheck thing just isn't working as anymore. You're sick and tired of it, whatever. So, how
Mm-hmm.
do we get paid daily if we're resellers and selling on eBay? So we wanted to talk a little bit about that and stick around to the end of the show. We got a little bit of a change of format coming for the show itself, but it should be a positive change, and everybody will be able to participate in that. So Chris, I don't know. I wrote down some ideas. I got 3 things. I don't know
Okay.
if you had time to write down any thoughts on, what are you thinking as far as to get paid daily reselling on eBay? What's your main thing that you would think of?
It's easy. That's what I think of. It's easy. It just takes a little effort and a little bit of discipline, especially in the beginning. But getting paid daily on eBay is so much easier than getting paid daily anywhere else on the internet. And there are some people out there who might be, 6, 7 figure earners that say, I disagree with you. And to them, I say, disagree with me all you want, but tell me how long did it take you to achieve your current level of paid daily? And there's the trick in there because they'll say, oh, I've been doing this for 15, 20 years. And it took me, even Russell Brunson admits, it took him a few years to get it right and to get that money to come in. And this is, Mr. Russell Brunson, the godfather of internet marketing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, so if you want to get paid daily on eBay, it's super simple. You need a minimum of 800 listings, minimum. A more comfortable medium would be 1,000 listings. And of course, we all say this, get up as many listings as you can. Don't hit 1,000 and stop. Don't do that. Keep on going, man. If you've got time left, if you can put up more listings, put up those listings because that just means you're going to get paid more. Because I got paid both on Sunday and on the national holiday. I got paid on both of those days. But admittedly, on the national holiday, the payment did come in about 4 or 5 hours later than it normally does. But I still got paid.
Right.
I could go to the ATM, put in my card, and pull out cash. I mean, real got paid. Not, oh, here's your commissions. They'll be available in 60 days. I mean, I'm grateful for the commissions, but 60 days, come on, man, you're killing me. and I'm not making this
Yeah,
up. And it is one of my
yeah,
most favorite programs.
for sure. And there's a ton of programs out there that you can make money in, fairly quickly, especially if you
Hmm.
develop some customers and so forth on different, your health and wellness plans, or your weight loss plans, or just all kinds of different stuff out there.
Hmm.
But yeah, a lot of these companies, they will make you wait at least minimum 30 days before you get paid. If you make a sale, you're not going to see that first check for a while, or bank deposit for a while, because they have to protect themselves against their 30-day guarantee of somebody wanting a refund. So
Yeah.
that's why that gets caught up in there. Where with eBay, it's different now than it was a year or two ago, when we switched over to managed payments and everything
Hmm.
was done by PayPal. It was even a little quicker, that you could see your money almost that day, in some cases. Um,
Yeah.
Now with managed payments, they put that little cushion in there for the same reason, refund or cancellation of the sale, or however that works out on eBay's side. But yeah, it really just comes down to just get started. And then my thought was consistently show up. We talk about consistency so much, but it's because it's so important.
Hmm.
Sourcing consistently, listing consistently, like Chris said, don't stop. Don't let that 800 to 1,000 listings scare you off. If you're, just part time and you only got an hour or two a day to list, you'll get there. Or you're selling great products, and they're buying as within a day or two of your listing, and you've got a listing just to keep something on there, because you may have
Hmm.
found a niche item that just sells like firecrackers, and um, you got to keep up. Keep
Hmm.
listing just to keep up. That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But for those,
Yep.
for most people on eBay, you're gonna have inventory sitting, and to really get the numbers where you need them, you got to push to get up there in that 800 to 1,000 listings. And one of the uh, criteria, I don't know if it's criteria, goal, um, oh, what's the word I want to use? A way to look at your goals for the day and say, I'm doing okay. Most people will tell you, the bigger sellers, if you have 100 listings, you should be selling at least one item a day. So multiply that out: 800 listings, 8 items a day; 1,000 listings, 10 items a day. If you're not doing that, then you might need to revamp a few things, like what are you listing? What are you trying to sell? And what do your listings look like? Are your
Hmm.
titles bad? Or your pictures bad? Your store looks like a mess if you have a store, whatever. I had to fix my
Hmm.
store, and it's helped considerably. I sell a lot more daily now than I used to. Uh, but we call that some of them will call that the reselling nirvana, when you're hitting that. I got 1,000 listings, I sell 10 items a day minimum. So
That's an ideal statistic.
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we should all shoot for it and keep on adjusting until we hit it, And as you said, there's three main factors. There's your title. Do you have searchable keywords in your title? Keywords that people use to search every day. It's very important. Your picture. Is your picture clear, crisp, with a solid background? Now, I say solid because a lot of people say a white background, a lot of people say a gray background. Whatever your photography lights, whatever background they give you, um, just go with that for now. The most important thing, not so much the background. I mean, you don't want a busy background because then Google won't pick up your items. It'll just leave them alone because your pictures don't qualify. And don't be paranoid about your pictures and throw a watermark on them because, again, Google will not touch your listings. And it's sad because I get a ton of business from Google feeding my listings to people because of those things. If you have all those things, then look at your price. If your price is too high, people will not buy from you. If your shipping is too high, people will not buy from you. It's that simple.
Yep. We're
Anything else?
talking about the things to do to get your, well, you got to have your daily sales to get paid daily. Is what it
Mm-hmm.
is what it really comes down to. And I'm gonna go back to the pictures just real quick. If anybody from the eBay Thrifters group is watching tonight or in the near future, the recording of this show, and go look for my name on a post, somebody was asking about pictures, and I don't know, 100 different people were telling them how to take pictures, and I jumped in there and I said exactly what Chris just said, because I learned it from him, quite honestly. Exactly what Chris just said. Plain background, white, light gray, a little off on the colors is no big deal as long as it's a plain solid background and your item is there. See all this busyness behind me? If somebody was to take a Google Lens shot of me to try to get me to come up the search, it may not bring me up because I got all this stuff going on behind me. You got to have a plain solid background. The Google bots recognize picture and can pull it up from the data that is out there. So yeah, that was funny that you said exactly the words I just posted to a comment in the eBay Thrifters group. So hopefully somebody caught on to that. Whew. So yeah, we got to make the sales daily to get paid daily. And we talked a little bit about this last week and in other previous shows as well, and we'll continue to talk about it because it's important. To get the sales daily, to get paid daily, you got to be selling what people want. And like I said, you will have, 800 to 1,000 listings is a great goal to get to, and then keep moving from there. But you got to be selling, what's in season, what's trending, what people want in the categories that you want to sell in. And if your categories that you like to sell in and you're able to find some stuff in is not doesn't have a high sell rate, isn't trending, then you're going to have a little bit more of a wait to get the sale, and then get paid on top of that sale. So listing what people were wanting. What else you got, Chris? Anything? I got one more if you don't.
Go ahead and hit us with that one more.
Okay. Setting your personal goals and toughing your way through it. Chris kind of hit on it a little bit with the 800 to 1,000 listings. Don't stop. Set your goals, and you've got to reset your goals on a regular basis, because once you hit that 500 listings, 800 listings, then you got to look at it and say, okay, this is what I'm doing with my listings. I'm getting. This is how often I'm paid. This is how much I'm getting paid. What do I have to do next to get to the next level? And so first you've got to identify, and this is where we need to bring Dave, our business partner, in, because he's a business coach, life coach, and he's really good with the whole setting of goals. But you've got to look and say, where do you really want to be? Be committed to that. Be 100% in on that, and then figure out what do you got to do to get there. So if the stuff that you're selling right now is not getting you there, or the number of items you have right now not getting you there, where do you need to make your changes to get that to happen? You may need to get, I was talking about Dave being a business coach, life coach, you may need a mentor. I was kind of a mentor to Chris when he started on eBay. Now he's kind of more of a mentor to me on a lot of especially the technical side of eBay, and some things that we work on in the background for eBay. So have a mentor, have a that you work with, a buddy, to help you with your goals. Look at possible trainings. There are some trainings out there for eBay. We're actually developing one in our back office time as we continue to work through that. There are trainings out there that are helpful, especially for a newer seller and somebody who's wanting to learn how to scale up. There's groups out there. There's YouTube videos and so forth. My other one that I've been hitting on here late is to get paid daily. Follow the but the successful sellers. It's tough to find them sometimes. A lot of your YouTubers will kind of lead you to the idea that they may be a successful seller. Maybe they're really not in the background. But if you find the right successful seller, especially in the categories that you like to sell in, the ones that I use, for example, I like to sell men's clothing, men's sportswear, activewear clothing. So I follow the biggest men's clothing activewear seller on eBay, and I listen to his podcasts. And he doesn't really do videos; it's more podcasts than anything else. But I go to his site to his eBay store. I have it saved, and I look at his listings. I look at the things that he's selling, which most commonly are about the same kind of things that I like to list, to source and sell. I look at how he, back to the titles, pictures, description, how he lays it out. He even has a plan for how the pictures have to be put on the way he wants them put on. He has employees that does this for him now because he
Hmm.
is a huge seller. But all of his pictures are lined up the same way. All of his titles are lined up the same way. All of his descriptions, his shipping cost, everything is done a certain way. So I try to follow that with a little bit of flexibility for my own personality, of course. But I try to follow that as close as I can because he's doing it. He's getting paid every day, and he's very very successful, and money is not an issue for him. So same thing
Hmm.
on any other side hustle you get out there. Chris and I always are working on different side hustles or learning from different people out there in the online marketing world, the affiliate marketing world. You got to follow the ones that are doing what you want to do, and you'll get paid daily. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Oh, on eBay to get paid daily, don't forget to go to your seller settings under eBay payments and click the button. It's got like three choices. It has no four choices. There's monthly.
Mhm.
There's I think every 2 weeks, then every week, then daily. You need to choose daily, otherwise they won't pay you daily. Now, if you haven't qualified for eBay payments yet, you're still on PayPal. Congratulations. I wish I never would have left PayPal because, well, they didn't give me a choice. I got to a certain level and it was mandatory to use them. But when everyone was on PayPal, you could get paid hourly. Forget about daily. If you were selling enough, you could get paid hourly.
Yep.
And that was awesome because as soon as they bought it, the money was put into your PayPal account.
Yep.
No more than like a 15-minute lag. It was great.
Yep.
I miss that so much. I miss it. Oh man, do I miss it. I mean, even though we get it daily, you still miss that. Oh, look, I made a sale. Whoa, the money's there. The
Yeah,
money is there.
that was always a cool feeling to know that it was there, right. And there's a couple of times where I sourced something that was a hot ticket item, and I knew it would sell immediately. I'm I don't think I'm allowed to sell it anymore in it for what it was or what it is. But anyway, I would
Okay.
pick it up from the person I was from, take a quick picture in the car, and list it real quick on my phone, have it sold within 10, 15 minutes or quicker, and the money was there. Bam.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, we can go out to eat. Stop and get something to eat. I just got paid. That was always a lot
Oh,
of fun.
Jeff, here's something you know a lot more about than I do because you sell more apparel than I do. What is that list, that do not sell list
The
of certain
zeros,
brands? So, I'm sorry?
zero list.
Yes, exactly. Why don't you give us a couple minutes on that to warn everyone and make sure they really need to check that list if they're going to sell any type of fashion because they will get their account 86th quick.
Yeah, and it actually can come up in other categories as well, some collectibles and things like that. But your Vero list, I don't remember exactly what Vero stands for. I'd have to look it up again. But it's basically brand names that the companies have said you can't resell this, and eBay helps police that. I'm trying to think of one right off the top of my head, and I can't do it, um, especially in the clothing area. Your higher end fashion, like Chris was saying. But that's all Vero that have specifically got a hold of eBay and said you can't allow people to resell that. That is our trademark. That is our whatever, and you can't do that. So you can normally the app the first time from eBay, they'll take it down. They may or may not tell you that it was a Vero. There is a. I'll look it up and I will link it to this video. There is a page somewhere on eBay that has that list that you can look at, and you'll be overwhelmed by it. Don't be. It's okay. It's things like things is you're not going to get smacked with it very often, but you do have to be aware of it and know what kind of give an idea what to look for. But yeah, I'll try to attach that to our video down in the description area wherever you happen to catch this uh, this video from. So making zero list.
Yeah. Now I cannot emphasize this enough. Be careful because eBay will give one warning, and then on your second violation, they take down all your listings and basically delete your account because they don't want to handle any type of litigation from these big name brands.
Yep. They don't want to have with a lawsuit, so they just say, okay, fine, that seller's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're done. So,
Yep.
all right. So that covers our how to get paid daily. For the most part for tonight, we are going to try in our 30 minutes here. We got started a little bit early, and that's cool. Coming up to this format of program to you guys reselling, have been doing this publicly and basically free, and it's going to remain free, no charge. But we've been doing it just publicly, throwing it out there for content every week, and we are going to start asking people to register to come to the show. Does that mean it's nothing other than email? Just sign up with your email, with your first name maybe, and register for the show. It's going to help Chris and I. I won't say police, but just kind of organize the show better and better feel for, are we really getting out to people that want to hear this information? Are we getting information
Mm-hmm.
to you that is going to be helpful? Or is absolutely nobody showing up? It's a total bust. We're out of here. It is. That kind of deal. It's totally free. It'll be a 30-minute Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern, and what is it, 6 o'clock your time? No, 5 o'clock your time.
5 o'clock. Mm-hmm.
5 o'clock
Yep.
Pacific
5 o'clock.
time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so everything will still stay the same. It's just that you'll be watching a private group. You'll be registered to the show, and that way you'll get any dates and changes and cancellations and anything like that that's going on for the show too. So we hope it'll be a positive move forward. Minimal change for you, our viewers. Just register for the show, and we'll be good to go. And yeah, that'll hopefully we're going to get that started this week. We may do one more public blast, but we're moving in that direction to get that registration set up. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all for tonight, Chris. You got anything else?
Nope, that's it. We are pretty much done.
All right, cool. I hope our edition tonight was helpful for anybody that's dealing with that paycheck to paycheck situation. Get paid daily. Just get started. Find some items to list on eBay. If you need help with getting an account set up or listing set up, get a hold of one of us, and we'll be happy to put you in the right direction to get onto your successful eBay reselling career. So, all right, we out. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
See you next week. Happy selling.
Bye, everybody.